I'm gonna wrap one on one shoulder, I'm gonna wrap the other on the other shoulder, and you're gonna need a fucking army to come take them belts off me.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to a new video. I hope you're all doing well. In this episode, I'm going to show you guys how to install a seat harness with your bucket seat. They are a 4-point harness, so you got 1, 2, and then across your waist. I didn't bother getting a 5th point harness. You don't really need a 5th point harness. So I'm going to show you guys how to install the eye bolts into your car. And with the ends, these right here clip into the eye bolts, so that way if anything was to happen, they lock in, so that way there's no play and it'll hold you into your seat. So I'm going to show you guys me installing this seat in my car with the seat harness. Hopefully it goes all okay. So I thought I'd show you guys how to install these eye bolts, these right here. So what I've done was I took out the shitty stock seat. I didn't bother filming that because that's a pretty boring job. You guys know what it's like taking that chair. It's just 4 bolts. And what I'm going to do is, because the original seat belt, so the original seat belt, it's bolted there and there. And, it comes down across like this. So I've got a racing harness to go over my shoulders and my waist. I've got a 4-point harness, as you guys have seen. And what I'm showing you guys now is where to mount your harness. So they've got a clip on them where you can clip them to these eye bolts. So I've put one here, right there. And the other, I've used the old existing seatbelt mount. So when you buy the harness, they come with eye bolts and they fit perfectly into here and here. But with the 4th one, so the 4th point of the harness, I have to drill a hole somewhere here. So I'm just getting a bit cramped up in here. What we're going to do is, with this gearbox tunnel, we're going to drill a hole in here to fit this eye bolt in there. But you can't just put the eye bolt in there. So what I've got is an adapter plate. I'll show you guys that in a bit. It's an adapter plate that sits behind here, and this bolts up straight to the adapter. So if anything was to happen, the plate's like long enough to, hold up against the tunnel, so there'll be no force to be able to break out the eye bolt. Go to the mounting point like so, put it in, find the right spot. Then we just twist, like so. Keep twisting till you get to the point where it's starting to get harder. That's what she said. And so all you need to do is just grab like a screwdriver or a flathead, put it in the hole and twist and tighten that shit down. So before I show you guys me installing the buckets, I thought I'd tell you I had to clean up all the dust, wiped all the dust, vacuumed all this random crap that was all in the floor pans and everything. That should be all good to go now. No dust flying around. I collected all the dust. Still looks dirty. What I'm going to do is, down the track, I'm just going to get carpet from there to the front, and then the back I'm going to respray all this white. So all this is going to be white. I'm going to get a new half cage made, and that's going to be white as well. So that way it'll be a black car with the white cage and white background. So that way when I film inside the car, the contrast would be really nice to film with drifting and that when I go on the tracks and all that stuff. And with the battery, I've got it strapped down really firmly. There's really strapped down, so you can give it so much force, there's no movement in that battery. And I thought I'd tell you as well, with the pedals, see how they're metal? If my feet are wet, like if it's raining, they'll start slipping. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go to a skate shop and get grip tape, and I'll show you guys how to put grip tape onto your pedals. It's really easy. It's like putting it on a skateboard. I've done that a billion times. Wouldn't be any different putting it on pedals. Right now we're going to put the bucket seat in, so I'll put you guys on a time lapse. I'm just pissed off. I'm going to be honest. I'm really pissed off. As I said in the last video about, the brackets on a slider, on an L bracket, plus the seat rail, and it would sit too high. Well, I was right. If I sit normal, look where my head is at. Look at the bloody clearance of that. If I was to wear my helmet, I'll hit the cage and it's going to be hitting the roof. So I'm screwed right now unless I like slouch down all uncomfortable. Unless I can bring this, one more down, but then I'll sit too much like a 12 o'clock shadow. I call it a 12 o'clock shadow because you put your hand on the 12 o'clock. And you just look at people like this, like what? You're meant to sit low in a bucket seat. You're not meant to be sitting up high. You're meant to be sitting up low with your eye level across the bonnet. It's just so stupid. I just hate this bloody setup. Yep, so if I clutch in, clutch out, it just gets stuck on my leg. How hard is it to make a seat rail fit onto an L bracket. Get a measuring tape, do some measuring. Don't just go, oh yeah, this is a seat rail, we can sell this now. It's a stupid idea. The point is, sit low, because people have roll cages, people have helmets, and bang. It's just common sense. If I'm sitting normal, it rests on the roll cage. Fantastic. It's just annoying when, you know, basic upgrades like mods, just the easiest kind of mods just slow down the whole thing, because it's not your fault when you're doing mods in that and something bad happens. It's not your fault. It's the company's fault for not doing the proper measurements. What you want to do is you're going to grab this side of the belt like this, and then we're going to come here, connect it in, and there you go. It locks it into place. Actually, I stuffed that up. See how it's twisted? So we unclip it, take it out, turn it like this, push it in, there we go. So if you look at that, it's locked in. Comes all the way up here, then to over your shoulders. Same thing with this side. In and lock. Oh, once again I stuffed up. Turn it, push in, and lock it into place. There we go. Don't bother filming doing the drill hole for this. I'll do it for another time, because today they're not going to be able to come with the drill. So I'm just going to do the 3 sides for now. Leave this for later. Hopefully in a couple of days we get this car tuned as well and it's good to go. You can just tell it sits way too high like this. Definitely got to fix this in the future. I got to get different seat rails. Like, I'm just really bummed out that I wasted money on this setup. So we're going to jump in an angle, because I sit really high up, as I said 1 billion times. Get this one over here. Get this one. Like this. Grab this. And this side, we're not going to worry about that side. Actually, I should connect it just to see what it's like. So grab this side. Alright, I'm going to put you guys down somewhere. Alright, there we go. We're going to connect it. So all you got to do right now is you got to adjust the... So we're going to adjust this belt so it sits nice and tight around our shoulders. That way, if anything was to happen, it catches you. Installed the harnesses. That's how you connect them to the eyeball. It's very simple. You just got to adjust them so they fit you. I'm going to go get a new helmet, as I said, to clear this clearance right here. So every time I turn, I don't want to hit my head on this bar. So I'm going to continue this video tomorrow. I got to go Autobahn to go pick up new oil for the engine, change the gearbox oil. We've already got fresh oil and fresh coolant. So I just need to change the gearbox oil, engine oil, new oil filter, change the steering wheel, fix up the vacuum line on the external gate. And then on my turbo, I'm going to get an intake metal pipe, so that way when I dose it echoes, so it'll be louder, and with the screamer pipe, it's going to sound sick. And so all that is left is a tune. Hopefully the engine doesn't pop. Hopefully it can handle a bit of boost. Hopefully this clutch doesn't slip. I'm really hoping this clutch doesn't slip. If it does, I'm going to be so pissed off. But other than that, the cable on this feels pretty tight, so we'll see if it locks up. So when I go for a drive and I get it tuned, I'm going to yank on the handbrake and see if it locks up the rear wheels really good. Man, I've bought so many parts and it like costs up to like nearly 500 bucks. So I had to buy like new exhaust bolts for this cat. And the problem is, I noticed like an exhaust leak in my cabin and I was like, oh, I bet it's from this. I just bolted up with this. This will have to do to block the gases. They just let that vent out to the open. So that was going into my cabin and there was no gaskets. So I went out and bought gaskets as well. So these will help with the leak. Got a new steering wheel over there. I'll show you guys that after. Got a fire extinguisher, because when you're drifting on track, you need a fire extinguisher in your car. Then we got some jerry cans, 40 liters worth. Got new oil, new filter, gearbox oil, all random parts. So I got all these parts because I needed all these new maintenance parts. And plus, once I get all this done, finally the car will be done. Finally we can get a tune and then hopefully it goes okay. I'm not going to film too much of me talking about what I'm doing. I'm just going to put the camera down, film myself working on the car, and I put a time lapse on of everything that I'm doing because I really want to smash out this job. It was a nice sunny day and I can't believe it just started pouring down with rain again after a nice sunny day. Typical Melbourne. Before I put you guys on a time lapse, I thought I'd quickly show you. I just put the Cat back in. It's a straight through one. I put 2 new gaskets in, new bolts. That's all I had to do. I don't know why the old owner just put the Cat in with no gaskets, weird bolts that didn't even match with each other. So I went and got new bolts, new gaskets. Easy as that. How hard is that to do? I just checked around with my hand. There's no pressure coming out the exhaust, so finally no more leak. It's the only place I can find to mount this for now, but this, I'm going to change this to a metal intake from the turbo, so it'll be a shorter pipe and the filter will be sitting about here, so it's going to be far away from this breather, and that way it's going to be sitting around this region, the pod filter, so it'll be okay. This is exactly why I'm changing my spark plugs. What brand is this? Look at that. Hold on, let me get close up. What the fuck is that? That's trash. That's why I went and bought new NGK spark plugs. So I'm going to replace all 6 spark plugs with new NGK ones. These are the spark plugs that I use in my R33, and these are the ones that I'll be using in this RB25. This is the part number. Make sure to get these for your R33. They love these copper NGK spark plugs, and they're cheap as well. Don't spend like $18 on a spark plug or get cheap ones like that. I don't know what the hell that is. I bet that's like 50 cents a spark plug. These are about $6 a spark plug. Make sure you get yourself one of these for your RB25. You can even tell the gap difference between, look at the big gap in that. That's too big of a gap. This is about 0.7 millimeters. That's what you want. So I've just replaced them all. I didn't bother filming it, so I just replaced all the spark plugs with the new NGK ones. And tell you the truth, I actually wasn't going to replace these spark plugs, and I'm so glad I did. So I put the new spark plugs in, started the car, and the car seems to be running a lot better than it was with those other spark plugs in. And the oil as well. As soon as I changed the oil out, you can already tell the car smells better. That oil just stinks for some reason, so I feel like that wasn't the right oil for this RB25. And I should get petrol because I don't know how much petrol is in this. The petrol gauge doesn't work, and I've only put about like 10-15 liters ages ago, so I'm definitely going to put some fuel injection cleaner, go get some petrol, fill it up, clean the injectors out, and hopefully it's all good. Finally put the fresh gearbox oil into the gearbox. Oh my god, it took so long. If you want to know how many times it took to put 3 liters into a gearbox with this, I counted how many pumps. Pressing this down, a whopping 1080 pumps. It took 1080 pumps to get all the 3 liters into the gearbox. And with the old gearbox oil that I showed you, that gearbox, I'm so glad I changed that as well. It had about 700 mils of gearbox oil in it, and it should have at least 3 liters. Man, the guy that owned this car, I'm just fixing all of his mistakes. And why I'm holding this, I've been using Penrite pretty much for years on all my Skylines. So this is the new gearbox oil. I've never used it before, so hopefully it goes good. Penrite, if you're watching, give me a little cheeky discount because I've been using these Penrite oils in all my cars for a very long time. Finally got the job done. I can't believe how much I've smashed out in like within a couple of weeks, changing the wheels, the suspension, the lock diff, changing the oils in this car, the new radiator, this bucket seat, all the fluids in the car, the spark plugs, the catch can, the suspension, the wheels, painting this car, doing the bucket seat, all within like a couple of weeks. And because I work as well, plus editing, it just takes so much time. If I wasn't editing or working, I could smash this out, but if I wasn't working, I couldn't afford these things. So it's a good thing I got a job. The only things I need to do left, I'm still waiting for the boss kit so I can put my steering wheel. I'll show you guys that steering wheel in a bit. I actually haven't showed you that steering wheel yet. I'll put it somewhere in a video around here. You want to have a solid wheel. You don't want to get some eBay wheel in it snaps on you. So make sure to get a wheel that's actually really stable. So I'm still waiting for the boss kit on that. Then I'll install the steering wheel. Last things to do for this car is the nistune, picking that up hopefully Monday. Then get the car tuned and then finally relax, hit up Keep It Read and have some fun. I really hope you guys enjoy these videos because they've been very painful to make with next to no sleep. So please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Make sure to share this video because man, these videos are hell to make, but I enjoy it. And to all your awesome comments and that, it really motivates me as well. So thank you guys for all the positivity. And I can't wait to meet some of you at Keep It Read. You've hit me up on my Instagram saying if you want to meet me at Keep It Read. Sure, I'm going to be working on my car at Keep It Read, driving. So come down to the pits, say hello, don't be shy. So feel free to come up to me. I'm not going to buy ya. I'm happy to have a chat about any of my cars. If you want to talk about my R33, I'm down for a chat about my R33 because I can't wait to get my forged block back, put the head back on and finally get that thing tuned. So thank you guys for watching this video and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Catch you guys later.